Hi, Izzy. Let me know when you can hear me.
All right, I think I can hear you now.
Hi, how's it
Hi.
going?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing good. Are you having a good week?
Yes, I'm actually just completed my first year of college.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Do you
Thank
feel really
you.
good about it? Like, do you feel like you did really well with your finals and things?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that, Izzy.
Thank.
Congrats. That's I feel like the first year is kind of tough because, it's a whole new world that you're stepping into. And I remember for me, just like at the end of the first year, I was so tired. I just like slept for about 2 weeks when I got home.
Mhm.
And I always felt like finals and stuff felt like I knew what to expect and I was more prepared in the following 3 years. So I
Yeah.
feel like that first year is just really different. Are you going to college near where your family are?
Yeah, well, the U of A is kind of far away, so
Yeah,
the
so you don't get to
University of
see them as
Arizona.
often as you probably like. I was
Hmm.
about an hour away from my family, but I was in a whole nother state. So I didn't really see them at all during the semesters my freshman year. So I was just too busy.
Hmm.
All right. Well, congratulations. Are you headed home then?
Oh no, I'm already home.
Oh, okay, that's great. That's awesome. So you're like done and already home for summer. Do you have fun
Yeah.
plans for the summer?
Well, not yet. I'm hoping on doing some traveling
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Where do you
and
want to
like other
visit?
sort of fun activities.
Yeah. Do you have anywhere in mind that you're like, oh, I'd love to go there?
Well, my hometown of Chicago.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome. I love Chicago. I've spent quite a bit of time there. It's a cool city. Definitely a
Yeah.
different vibe than like any other city I've been to.
Mhm.
I love going down to like where all the tourist stuff is, like the Bean and riding the Ferris wheel and stuff. Um, and of course, I love to go have pizza, Chicago deep dish,
Oh yeah.
and ride the trains.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like it a lot. One of my best friends from college is from Chicago, so I've visited her there and her family. And also, I had a cousin who lived there for many, many years. She's moved back to Seattle, where she's originally from again, but she was in Chicago for quite a while. And like she had her two daughters in Chicago, and so they were there quite a long time. Um, well, I mean, she went to grad school there, so it makes sense that, she got a job there right out of school. Yeah, but with I having family there, of course I wanted to go visit. And I actually have a lot of friends that live there as well who relocated there after college. So, yeah, that's so fun. I hope you get to go back and visit. Are there like old friends that you want to see or like places that you remember that you want to go enjoy?
Yeah, like certain places, they're mostly restaurants.
Okay.
And some family members there. We also
Oh,
heard that there's going to be
cool.
a little bit of a Renaissance fair that's going to take place.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, I hope you get to go to that because Ren fairs are really fun.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, kind of shifting focus, I was just looking back at some of my notes from what we've been working on. What would you say you would really like to work on? I told you to look up some scripts, right? So,
Yeah,
did you find
like
anything you want to work
monologues.
on?
Uh-huh. And I actually found some here that is it okay if I like copy and paste them and
Absolutely.
put them into the chat? I have about four of them. There'll be a lot, but let's see. Enter. This one's from like Rocky Horror. This one's from Matilda, the musical version. And here's another one from You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. Oh,
Cool. Oh, I love that show. It's one of my favorites. Lucy's one of my dream, no, not Lucy. Sally is one of my dream roles. I mean, I'd play Lucy too, but I feel
yeah.
like
Oh,
I'd
and
rather
also
be
here's one
Sally.
more like
Oh,
um
cool. I'm just looking through some of them. Yeah, Rocky Horror is really fun. I have so many friends who really love that show and I actually know people who put it on every single year.
yeah, that's like my dream show.
Oh, I hope you get to do it.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
hope
there are a
so
lot of
too.
people who love the show, so I feel like you got a good chance. Because I feel like it's put on relatively often.
Hang on, I'm just downloading the last
Yeah,
one.
I'm just reading through the ones you already sent through. I like that part that's like, not like Eddie.
All right. Almost there. Sorry, it's just oops. Wait, back here. Sorry, this is like um return back.
You found quite a few, didn't you? Good
Yeah,
scripts. You did
I
some
did.
good research this week. Sometimes
Thank
people have a
you.
hard time with that, like finding their own scripts and things that sometimes they're just like, I'm not really sure what to do,
Mm-hmm.
or even where to look. So I think it's pretty cool that you just were like on it.
Yeah.
You want to start with these two, and then if we have more time after that today, you can pull up the last one. Um, and
Sure.
if we don't have time for it today, we can always do it next time.
Sure.
Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and dive into this Rocky Horror Show one that you found.
All right.
Super fun and funny. So,
Mm-hmm.
what would you say you like best about this character?
Oh, what I like about this character, like she's kind of like this kind of behavior that I never like would be like in real life or would ever do or like
Yeah.
kind of got this like sexy kind of vibe. And but I also love that I can use like this Transylvanian like accent
Right.
and that get to be all fun and like weird and like creepy even.
Okay.
And and of course Magenta is like um one of like my favorite characters of all time.
I mean, it's a great character. It's a super fun show. And I think you can have a lot of fun with this character. Plus, um, I feel like, you really enjoy working on the character voices as well as the accents and dialects. So I think it's great to try working on a character that you're like, oh, I get to work on an accent and I get to work on this character voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super fun. So let's go ahead and let's just do one read through in your regular voice first.
All right. Oh, and I have the last script up here.
Oh, great. Okay, cool.
All
Thanks.
right.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and look through it. Go ahead.
All right. Yes, he's lucky. I'm lucky. You're lucky. We're all lucky. Especially Rocky. He's a triumph of the will. Not like Eddie. He went to pieces. So I put him down the waste disposal. Oh, master, you know I asked for nothing. But when do we return to Transylvania? I grow weary of this world. Treats sweet transsexual, land of night, to sing and dance once more to your dark refrain, to take that step to the right. But it's a pelvic thrust. That really drives you insane. And when we finally get home, our world will do the time warp again.
Okay. Alrighty. So let's make a list of the things that we want to do with this character. So one might be the Transylvanian, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What else?
Kind of be like more like wavy, like motionly, kind of like
Mm.
even kind of like how the sexy people would probably be like, yes, I'm lucky, you're lucky, he's lucky, we're
Yeah.
all
So kind
lucky.
of like exaggerating certain things, very dramatic.
Yes.
Got it.
And maybe even like out of what a little what kind of like how like cartoon like Transylvanian characters would probably speak like
Like
pronounce
Count
like the
Chocula.
L's and R, pronounce the W's
Hmm.
with the V's, and maybe like roll around the R's a little bit with the, like I said, yes, I'm lucky, he's lucky, I'm lucky, you're lucky, we're all lucky,
Okay. Cool.
especially Rocky.
Yeah. So why don't we talk a little bit about that Transylvanian and how we're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, you mentioned a couple things. So we're gonna focus on those unique phonetic things. And I don't even think it has to be perfect. It just has to be reminiscent of it at least. Um, and I think also listening can be really helpful. So one thing you can do is go to International Dialects of English Archive, which
Mm-hmm.
is a research website, and I will send the link. So they put it as IDEA is how they shorten it. Um, So I'm going to go ahead and send the link to it. You can pick like your continent and country and, state, town, and listen to people from those places, which is pretty cool. So one thing you can do is look there. I feel like this is a fun little short tutorial on YouTube. You can save that one. Another good one is this one. I'm going to send you three.
Okay.
Okay. He also has one that specifically is for vampire voices. Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
So take a look at those three videos because I think you'll get some fun, helpful tips. All right. So the first thing I always like to think about is vowels. So the I turns into an E. So words like
A.
lit are going to have a more open E sound. Um, so like a, lit,
A.
lit.
Lit.
Hmm. So try saying
E. E.
lit,
Le.
lit. Yeah, it's more like a let almost. And you're going to try broadening. So some vowels like the A and the O become more broad. So you can think of like expansive. So like cup,
Cup.
cup,
Cup.
cup, right? And
Cup.
Sam,
Sam.
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 Hmm. And also tensing the vowels. The E sound can be really prolonged and tense, similar to an I sound.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, think like maybe bed could be more like bid.
Bid.
Yeah,
Like I
exactly.
bid you.
Yes. Or like go to bed.
Go to bid.
And then consonant modifications I look at after the vowels. So we're going to soften the consonants. So some consonants like the T and the D can be softened and sometimes even fused together where they sound like a dental sound, like the the where it's like half D, half T. So you can do
Okay.
like a softer T or a softer D. Duh, duh, duh. But
The.
we really want that combo of like the where it's like half T, half D. Can you play with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like
And
the.
then yeah, try a couple words for that.
Like like Pennsylvania. Return. No, return.
That's
And
better. Yeah, exactly. Um, and then another consonant thing to think about is omitting the H. So the H sound can be dropped or softened, like home could be
um.
instead. You just leave it off. Um,
Eventually
or just a really soft
return
H.
home to Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Also think about things like the rhythm and flow. So your enunciation, you can pay attention to how you enunciate the words and ensure that they're spoken clearly. And like you're kind of doing already, they have this like emphasis pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say Romanian has this kind of unique rhythmic flow, but I already think you're kind of incorporating that already. In cartoons, they'll exaggerate it. But if you're doing it more realistically, it's a little more subtle than that. So,
Okay.
so a couple examples. If we had maybe the phrase "the fears don't last" could come out as more like "the fears don't last." And you're
The
gonna hold
fears
out the E
don't
longer.
last.
The fears don't last.
Fears don't last.
Mhm. Or like didn't hear. Again, you're gonna really elongate that E sound. Didn't. So that D is gonna sound more like T, and the T is gonna sound more like D. Didn't
Didn't
hear.
you hear?
Hmm. Exactly. Yes, good. I also think you could maybe look up some like audiobook narration that's in Romanian.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send you one more video. Okay. This one's on TikTok. So if you like that better,
Hmm.
you can visit there. Alrighty, cool. So those are some just like things to play with. Let's go
Okay.
ahead and we're gonna go back to the script now.
Hmm.
And so what's the number one first thing you want to think about? Maybe more of that like wavy, more motion, dramatic, exaggerated feel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's start with that.
Yes, he's lucky. I'm lucky. You're lucky. We're all lucky. Especially Rocky. He's a triumph of the will, not like Eddie. He went to pieces. So I put him down the waste disposal. Oh, master, you know what? You know I asked for nothing. But when do we return to Transylvania? I grow weary of this world. Ah, sweet transsexual, land of night, to sing and dance once more to your dog refrain, to take that step to the right. But it's a pelvic thrust that really drives you insane. And when we finally get home, and when we finally get home, our world will do the time warp again.
Good. I also heard some of those changes already that focus on, for instance, the consonants. So, like the W's turn into V's or the rounded R's that roll. Um, or some of those other things we just talked about. So I love that. I'm excited to hear that. So already thinking about some of those consonants. One thing I noticed is the D's need to sound a little more like a T, and the T's need to sound a little bit more like a D. So that d, it's like a D that's a little like duller and then a little like splashier like the T. And then the
Hmm.
T is a little bit like muted like a D, but it still has
D.
that little bit of
Like
splash like a T.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's a little
And
tricky. So D,
disposal.
D. Just try that sound. D, D,
So
D. It's like you can't
D.
really tell if it's a D or a T, and it's supposed to be like that.
D. D.
Yeah, exactly. You have the T sound and also the D sound right together. So I want you to practice that with the script, and let's focus on that specifically.
All right. Again from the script from the
Yeah,
top.
go for it.
Yes, I'm lucky. Yes, he's lucky. I'm lucky. You're lucky. We're all lucky. Especially Rocky. He's a triumph. Sorry. He's a triumph of the will. Not like Eddie. He went to pieces. So I put him down the waste bag, the waste disposal. Oh, master, you know I asked for nothing. But when do we return to Transylvania? I grow weary of this world. A sweet transsexual land of the night to sing and dance once more to your dark refrain, to take that step to the right. But it's a pelvic thrust. That really drives you insane. And when we finally get home, our world will do the time warp again.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry if I kind of was a little bit stumbly. I was trying to get that little DT sound in there.
Yeah, no, that was great. Yeah, I wanted you to just really focus in on the dentalized D and T sounds. Um, so the next thing I want us to think about is the elongation of the E sounds. Can we just focus on that one thing this time, improving
Uh-huh.
that?
So like exaggerating the E like in Rocky or Lucky or Eddie.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, I'm lucky. I keep confusing the line with the he and the I'm. All right, let me try it again. Yes. No. Yes. He's lucky. I'm lucky. You're lucky. We're all lucky. Especially Rocky. He's a triumph of the will, not like Eddie. He went to pieces, so I put him down the waste disposal. Oh, master, you know I asked for nothing, but when do we return to Transylvania? I grow weary of this world. Ah, sweet transsexual, land of night, to sing and dance once more to your dark refrain, to take that step to the right. But it's a pelvic thrust that really drives you insane. And when we finally get home, all world will do the time warp again.
Okay, how do you feel about it?
I actually felt a little bit better.
Nice. Good. Okay, so what do you feel like has improved, and what do you feel like we need more of?
Well, for me, I really did my best on trying to get that DT sound in with the D's and the T's. I really
Nice.
like in Lent. I really like more what's the word? Bit more wavy. Put more dramatic. Put um more
Yeah, like the accents and the drama.
drama. Yes,
Yeah,
I'll use a little
absolutely.
bit more drama. That's what I need to improve on, and also need
Great.
to get that more really sexual, seductive kind of vibe.
Nice. Okay, yeah, just because it's a characteristic of that particular character, right?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so let's try it again.
Yes, he's lucky. I'm lucky. You're lucky. We're all lucky. Especially Rocky. He's a triumph of the will. Not like Eddie. He went to pieces. So I put him down the waste disposal. Oh, master. You know I asked for nothing, but when do we return to Transylvania? I grow weary of this world. A sweet transsexual, land of night, to sing and dance once more to your dark refrain, to take that step to the right. But it's a pelvic thrust. It really drives you insane. And when we finally get home, I will do the time warp again.
Awesome. Um, Good. I definitely heard some improvement in those areas. This time through, could you play up more of the comedy of it?
Sure.
Great.
Yes, I'm lucky. Yes, he's lucky. I'm lucky. You're lucky. We're all lucky. Especially Rocky. He's a triumph of the will. Not like Eddie. He went to he went to pieces. So I put him down the waste disposal. Oh, master. You know I asked for nothing. But when do we return to Transylvania? I grow weary of this world. Oh, sweet transsexual, land of night, to sing and dance once more to your dark refrain, to take that step to the right. But it's a pelvic thrust that really drives you insane. And when we finally get home, I will do the time warp again.
Nice. Yeah. So let's do it again and focus on the sultry, seductive delivery, and then, give it a little bit of a theatrical flair as well. Um, and then also play up the mischievous quality. And also, she's like a little bit villainous as well. So pull in some like darkness in her vocal delivery as well, because that can kind of enhance her personality. Yeah,
Okay.
can we try it again?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, he's lucky. I'm lucky. You're lucky. You're lucky. We're all lucky. Especially Rocky. He's a triumph of the will, not like Eddie. He went to pieces. So, I put him down the waste disposal. Oh, master. You know I asked for nothing, but when we return to Transylvania, I grow weary of this world. Ah, sweet transsexual, land of night, to sing and dance once more to your dark refrain, to take that one step to the right, but it's a pelvic thrust that drives you insane. And when we finally get home, our world will do the damn work begin.
Nice. Okay, how'd you feel about that time through?
Now that really emphasized the character.
I agree. Yes, that was great. Yeah, sometimes we just need more of that particular character's personality. Um, so her voice should be smooth, yet a little bit husky, as if she's like been singing in a smoky nightclub for years and years and like smoking too much. Um, but she should also have this warm, inviting quality that really draws the listener in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can we do it again and focus on that?
sure. Yes, I. Yes, he's lucky. I'm lucky. You're lucky.
Mm.
We're all lucky. Especially Rocky. He's a triumph of the will, not like Eddie. He went to the. He went to pieces. So, I put him down the waste disposal. Oh, master. You know I asked for nothing. But when do we return to Transylvania? I grow weary of this world. Ah, sweet transsexual, land of night, to sing and dance once more to your dark refrain. To take that step to the right. But it's a velvet dress that really drives you insane. And when we finally go home, our world would do the time warp again.
Nice. Really nice. Okay. Um, so I feel like she should have a little bit more of like musicality to her voice. Um, she should have like a rhythmic pattern and flair to her voice. So practice with that sense of theatricality, and it's almost as if it's like a sung speech kind of feel, like a Shakespeare in the Park, right? Like she's carrying through the breath can like the breath through the phrases and like really sustaining on certain words. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, let's try that.
We already ran out of time, but
Oh, let's do it one more time.
all right. Yes, he's lucky. I'm lucky. You're lucky. We're all lucky. Especially Rocky. He's a triumph of the will. Not like Eddie. He went to pieces. So I so I pushed him down that waste disposal. Oh, master. You know I asked for nothing. But when do we return to Transylvania? I grow weary of this world. Ah, sweet transsexual, land of night, to sing and dance once more to your dark refrain, to take that step to the right. But it's a perfect trust that drives you insane. And when we finally get home, our world will do the damn warp again.
Okay, nice. All right, so I'm just gonna give you some other things to think about. Play with that like darker and playful kind of thing, like the darkness and mischief more.
Okay.
Um, and make it more um focus on it kind of like each line separately and be like, what does this line need? Like, think more in terms of actions. Like, what does she need in this moment? And what is she doing to get the things she needs? Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Also give her some power and confidence. You're already doing that, but I think you can play with that more. She should really project that. She often dominates the scene, and she also is pretty manipulative of others at times. Um,
Okay.
I want you to try recording yourself and listen back to yourself so that you can identify areas that you feel like you could improve and then practice those sections, those lines to change them. So identify number one, what does she
Okay.
need in this moment? Who is she talking to? How does she feel about them? How is she getting what she wants? Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. And also think like what happened right before this happened and then what's going to happen right after? What is she planning to do after? Okay?
Okay.
Great. I'm so sorry we just got really into it and then we didn't get to the others, but that's okay because now we've got them and I do want to hear this one again next time.
All right.
Just because I feel like you're going to go practice it and have a lot of progress. Did you get everything copied over?
Yes, I did.
Fantastic. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and save these monologues. So I've got those for next time as well.
All right.
All right, great. I also really encourage you to go do some of the listening that I suggested. Like
All right.
go to those little tutorial videos and also go to that dialect database and listen to the Transylvanian. Yeah?
All right.
Yeah.
And maybe also I could listen how the actors from the movie like
Yeah.
does it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's great to get inspiration from other people. I actually recommend that you not only listen to that, but also look up like other people doing it and like posting videos on YouTube and stuff, just like random people, because you
Mm-hmm.
can learn something from every video. Even if you feel like they're not very good, you can learn a lot from that too. And it's going to give you a variety to pull from. So you can be like, oh, I really like that. I don't like that so much. And you can kind of find what feels true to you and get just a lot of creative juices flowing and ideas.
Okay.
I feel like if you just listen to one person, you a lot of the times will end up just copying them, and we don't want to do that. So I do feel like I do better listening to people, but I try to listen to a whole bunch of people so that I get just a really wide perspective, a broad perspective.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. And try it a whole bunch of ways so that you can just kind of experiment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nice work today, Izzy. I hope you had fun. I definitely did. You did some great work, and I'm excited to see you next week.
Alrighty.
Bye, Izzy.
Bye.